everyone. Good evening. Happy Wednesday. I hope you're having a great day. Y'all, we have a brand new product that is amazing. We have got a new Santa bust on our website. So we did one of these during 4th of July and did an Uncle Sam. So for Christmas, we did a Santa, and he is super duper cute. And I cannot wait to paint him up for y'all. I will share a picture later of a way that I have already crafted him. If you saw my home tour, my Christmas home tour, then you've already seen it. Today we're going to do something a little more complicated, which is still, I don't think, going to be complicated, but we're going to paint him up with all the different colors, red hat, white fur, beard, all the different things, and we'll see how it turns out. I hope that I can make it cute. I don't know if I'll be able to finish it today. Just depends on how many coats of paint have to be used. So we'll just have to see. But I think it's going to be really super duper cute, and I'm excited for y'all to see how this turns out. So we're going to transform this Santa bust that's available now on our website. It's $24.99, and he's going to be adorable. So he is about 8 inches tall. He's about 8 inches tall. Okay. And he's about 5 inches, 5.5 inches wide, shoulder to shoulder. Okay. So that's the plan. So when you hop on, say, hey, let me know you're watching. I'm so glad to see all of you. Hello, Joy. Good to see you. Hi, Holly. Hi, Carol. Hello, Pam. Hey, Donna. Hello, Allison and Dorothy and Kathy. Hey, Marcia. Good to see you all today. I'm excited to do some painting with y'all. We're going to be using Santa Red because, well, this is the color I use a lot, and it is Santa after all. So we're going to be using Santa Red. And hey, Marcia. Hi, Judy. Hey, Susan. Hello, Carol. And then we're going to be using light buttermilk and warm white as well. Okay. And I'm going to be using the light buttermilk for his beard and hair and eyebrows and all of that. And we're going to use the warm white for the fur on his hat, and his coat. Okay. Hello, Adriana. Hey, Rhonda. Hello, all of y'all. Good to see everybody. Hey, Teresa. Happy Wednesday. Hi, Carol. So I'm going to go on and get started. And we're going to paint his beard first, I think. I also need to do a face color, and we'll use natural buff for his face. This is the perfect skin color for things like this. I think I might actually do his face first. So let's get that painted first, and then we'll move on, okay? So, like I said, this guy is $24.99, and it's about 8 inches tall and 5 inches wide. Acrylic paint sticks to it beautifully, so there's no issue there. It comes white, so you can paint it however you want to paint it. For my house, I went ahead and just spray painted it in a high gloss red paint. And it turned out really pretty. It looks really good. It almost looks like a resin piece. So you can see. And y'all, I mean, it really isn't difficult to paint. And, you know, stay in the lines and stuff, because it doesn't have to be super duper perfect. Thank you, Holly. But here's the thing with these busts, is you can do so many different things. You don't have to paint them all in the, with the detail. The great thing about it is that you can paint it all one color or all in one style. And so it doesn't have to be complicated. I think when you see something like this, you immediately get a little nervous, or at least I do, like thinking there's no way I'm going to be able to paint the detail that needs to be painted on this. However, you can, and you don't have to paint the detail. You can just do, like, for instance, you could make it look bronze. You could make it look like cement. You can make it look, high gloss like I did. Okay, so I've painted his face. Oh, fun, Wanda. Hi, Barbara. And I just went ahead and just painted the whole thing, and we'll come back and we'll add more detail to his face, okay? Now I'm going to work on painting the beard, and we're going to use light buttermilk for the beard, okay? I'm going in with my lighter colors first because it's a little easier to paint the darker colors over the lighter colors than vice versa. This guy's got lots of great texture. His beard is curly and flowy and really fun. And I think that my goal is to make this guy look a little vintage. That's my plan, at least. So we'll see how it goes. Like I said, we may or may not be able to get this finished today. We'll just have to see how it goes. But, so that's where we're at right now. Triple thick would look great on it, Deborah. It would give it a ceramic look. Absolutely. The triple thick would be pretty. You could leave it white and add the triple thick, and it would look like a milk glass Santa, which would be really pretty. I mean, there's so many different things that you could do. You could paint it, all one color and just do kind of a distressed look on it so that it kind of looks like distressed wood would be pretty. I don't know. What do y'all think? Like, how would you paint this Santa? Donna, it's not furry, but it has the texture on it. So it's going to have that look. The texture is already on there, which I love. And like I said, it seems complicated, but if you take a look at, say, ceramic, sculptures, ceramic figurines, if you take a look at the paint job that's on them, they are never perfect. Never perfect. And so it doesn't have to be perfect, okay? So try not to fret about that, because it's still going to look really great. So Donna, this one is not from Walmart, okay? So Walmart does have one, but this one's not from Walmart. This is available at celebrationcompany.com. So if you've had a hard time finding the one at Walmart, you can grab this one because it will be available, and then you will have it, and you can do whatever you want to with it. I'm sure the Walmart ones are hard to find. We did a bust during the 4th of July we did an Uncle Sam. This is not ceramic, okay? This is one of the pieces that we have 3D printed here in the shop. So I designed it, and then we printed it here. So these are manufactured right here in our shop. They are not ceramic. but they are paintable. Okay, so it's not breakable. That's really nice. It's not breakable. It's easily painted. This is what it's looking like right now. I'm hoping I can at least get a base coat of everything on, just to kind of give y'all, so y'all can kind of see what it's gonna look like. And I'm gonna grab a smaller brush. So I can get into some of these little small areas. And then I'm gonna also do his little mustache here, up under his nose. There we go. Isn't he looking cute? And the back here, he's got some hair here in the back. So we're gonna paint that part. And this color that I'm using is light buttermilk right now. We're gonna do a brighter white on the fur. What's everyone up to today? What have we all got going on? Y'all, this weekend we, except not me, the Celebration Company, I won't be because we have football all weekend, but Mom and Trish and Patty are going to an event put on by Designs by Dina, and I think some other ladies whom I don't know, are putting on an event. It's a junk journaling event, I think, and we are coming as a vendor. So we'll just be coming and setting up and have all kinds of different things available for purchase. We've got some great items available for all our junk journalers that we're going to have available. So we're just going to be set up as a vendor. We're not, that's the only way that we're participating in the event. We're not presenting or anything like that. But I think it's going to be lots of fun. So if you're going to that, let me know. Dana, I am not going because we have football all weekend. The girls are leaving in the morning. They haven't left yet. They're leaving in the morning. Okay. And I can't really tell for sure if there's an ear or not, or if it's just all covered in hair. Will I paint them online? What do you mean, Debbie? Will I paint them online? Okay. So we got the beard and the hair painted. All right. Let's do the white now. We're going to use warm white. Marie says she's watching her grandkids and baking pumpkin spice cupcakes. Ooh, sounds great, Marie. Doreen's washing sheets. Fun. Dana. Let's see. Debbie says she's recovering from being sick and making Christmas decor plans. Oh, fun. I'm glad you're getting better, though. Jenny's at work. Oh, that's funny, Lynn. So for Sharon, it's thecelebrationcompany.com is where you will go to get the Santa, thecelebrationco.com. Okay. Let me actually see if I can add the QR code really quick. Hang on a second. And I'll add that on. Okay. There we go. Okay, so there's the QR code for the Santa bust. You can take a screenshot and then go into your photos and hold down on the QR code, and that'll bring up the link if you're watching on your phone. Okay, so let's see, I'm going to use this one here. So now I'm going in with warm white, and I'm going to paint the fur. So I'm going to paint the little pom-pom here on his hat. And we're just getting all our base coats on, and then we'll go in and we'll add more detail after we get things painted. Okay, so I'm just taking the warm white and just putting it onto the pom-pom here, onto the little brim on the hat, and then the fur here on his little coat. Oh, Holly's going to a party. Sounds fun. What kind of party are you going to? A birthday party or? Too much excitement last weekend, Teresa says. I get it. It's a little hard to get into some of those little areas, but I think we got it good enough. And this is already textured. You could add some fur to it if you wanted, but I like the texture that's on it, so I'm not planning to add any kind of fur or anything like that. Wanda's putting up her tree soon. Mom's been working on hers. She's got the tree up. She's still working on the rest of the decor though. Do y'all like watching this kind of thing? Is it mesmerizing or is it boring? So I always worry when I do stuff like this that it's boring for y'all. I'm going along the bottom right now, concentrating on the bottom, and then I'm going to concentrate on the top edge of the fur. And I'm adding quite a lot of paint to this because it's got that texture so it can hold it. And for this top edge, I'm not being super precise with it because I'm going to be coming back with the red, which is going to be a lot easier to be precise with than the white. Yay, Heather, thank you. So did you all see, I don't know if y'all saw some of you did, my live home tour, my Christmas home tour. I showed this same bust that I had painted in a high gloss red spray paint. I just bought a red spray paint in high gloss and I spray painted the heck out of this thing. And it looked amazing. And that was all that I did. And so you can keep it very simple and do things like that. Okay, so I've got the white on the little pom-pom and the fur on the hat. So now I'm just going to do this little bit down here on his coat. Okay, there's just a little bit right there. Of fur that we'll paint. Okay. All right, so it's time to add the red. I'm going to dry this so that I don't mix the white with the red. I see a spot that I need to get. Dana, that would be a great technique to do on him. I did think about that as well, to do the flocked technique with the Santa using the baking soda. That would be really cool. Okay. Donna, he's not very heavy. I don't have my scale here right now. The girls have it, but he is pretty lightweight. He is more lightweight than the one from Walmart. Okay, so now let's paint the hat. And we're going to go with Santa red for the hat. And I know that I will have to do a few coats for sure with the red. And this is where it's all going to start coming together. Still a little wet on the top there. It's going to be adorable when it's done. And I know that a question I get a lot about this stuff is the how well the paint sticks to it. Y'all, it sticks like a dream. Anyone who's ever bought any of our pieces like this, you know that the paint just sticks wonderfully. I am getting mixed in with the white a little bit, but oh well. You will need some small brushes to get into some of these smaller, more intricate areas that are hard to reach. Jennifer, I used for my 7.5-foot tree, hang on, let me think. I'm trying to remember how many yards were on those rolls. I think I got 2 rolls of the velvet, and I believe that there were 10, I believe there was 5 yards on the velvet, I think. And I did 2 rolls. It depends on whether or not your tree is seen from all sides. If your tree is seen from all sides, I would say that you would need, let's see, 5, 10, 15, probably like 30 feet would probably be more than enough for you. I hope that helps. And y'all, this really isn't as hard as it seems to paint around these little intricate areas. Just take your brush and just run it along the edge. And that's really all you have to do. Yeah, if the roll has 10 yards on it, let's see, 10 yards is 9 feet. I would get 3 rolls of it. Wait, I said that wrong. That would be 3 yards. Oh my gosh, I can't right now with the math. My brain is not working that way. I don't think there was 10 yards on the roll of ribbon that I had. I don't know, honestly, how much was on there. I'm thinking 30 feet is more than enough. 30 feet, so that's 10 yards. 10 yards should be more than enough. Yes. That's about 5 feet times 5. So 5 5-foot sections. Is that right? Or 6? Oh my gosh. Y'all will just have to excuse me with the mathing right now. Brain's not working today. It ain't working today. Oh shoot. I made a mess. This is what it's looking like right now. Look how cute it's getting. And it's, I mean, we're just at the beginning. It is only going to get better. Now I'm painting around the little base. I think I'm going to paint the base brown, almost like wood is what I'm thinking. So right now I'm just painting around it. Okay. So what it's looking like. It'll be fun, Rhonda. Okay, so then I need to take a little bit of red paint with a little white paint, and I'm just going to mix those two together. So I'm using the Santa red and the warm white to get a lighter pinkish color, and I'm going to use this for the lips. Okay, I think that might be a little too pink. This is where I always struggle. I don't want it to be red necessarily, but I don't want it to be pink either. We don't want him to look like he's got on lipstick, you know? So this may or may not work. I'm not sure. We'll just have to wait and see. That didn't work. That didn't work, I don't think. I may need to go just a natural, like the skin color, the natural buff. So I'm going to just paint it over this a little bit, and then we'll go back and add some more. All right, I'm going to have to come back and fix that. But this is what it looks like for now. Okay, and I see that I need to get a little brush in here to paint the coat in some spots that are hard to get to. Hey Annie, good to see you. All right. Here we go. Okay. All right, so next I'm going to dry this, and then I'm going to do some brown on the base. And then I think we'll just do a space, and then I'll probably be done for the day, and we'll finish him tomorrow. I think I'm going to decide what color I want to do. I think I'm going to do burnt umber to start with on the base. Thank you, Judy. Okay. So let me grab some burnt umber. Okay. So we'll go with burnt umber on the base. So it looks like we're going to end up making it look kind of like a wood pedestal, stand, or whatever you want to call it. Is this the brush that I want to use? I guess we're going to go with it. Like I said, I'm going for a little bit of a vintage look in the end. But you could paint the base, the cream color. You could paint it red. So you can kind of see where we're going with that. It's going to be adorable. Okay, we're getting there. Definitely chose too big of a paintbrush. So I'm just trying to make it work. All right, there we go. Okay. That's looking so cute. Oh, that's not the color I want. I want this color. I need a little to cover up some of this red. I accidentally got red down here on the fur. Trying to fill that in a little bit. Okay. All right, so let's go in with the natural buff on the face, and I'm going to do a second coat because it does need a little bit more. So I'm just going to go in and paint a second coat on the face, and then we're going to add the eyes and the eyebrows and the cheeks. Okay, which is all that we should need to do. I'm just using a small brush to just get into all the little intricate areas. Thank you, Linda. Yes, Debbie, you could paint it all bright white. You could use, you could keep it the white that it is and then just paint it with the triple stick, which would be really pretty. So you can keep it very simple and just paint it all one color, instead of painting it complicated like this. Okay. I think that just about gets it, the face at least, with a second coat. Let me see if I can get up here in his nostrils. Okay, there we go. All right, I'm gonna dry this. You're welcome, Debbie. I'm gonna dry this, and then I'm going to add some eyebrows. Oops, I must have nicked it before it dried. Okay, so I'm gonna grab a little brush, and we're gonna paint eyebrows on here. Hey, Christy, thank you for celebrating. All right, so you can kind of see the eyebrow bone. And so I'm just going to take this little brush that I have, and I'm just going to paint strokes so that I kind of create like a bushy eyebrow. Trying not to get a ton of paint on my brush so that I can keep a pointy edge. And just keep kind of making these strokes to get those eyebrows on there. Okay, y'all see that? And we'll do the same thing on this side. Okay. There we go. Those look good. Okay. It's like that. Then the hard part, the eyes. I'm going to grab some black and a tiny brush. Okay. This one. Yes, Christy, you got to get one, girlfriend. Actually, I may just take the back of a brush. I think that's going to work. And just do a dot. You know, this is my most scary part here. In his eyes. They might be too far apart. Is that okay? I think it might be okay. And then we can take, well, I gotta get towels. Then, you know what the problem is? I just realized is I needed to paint the whites of the eyes. That's part of the issue. Duh. I didn't paint the whites of the eyes. So I'll have to go back and fix the eye. I'm using the warm white here. He's looking better. And then I can just go back with that white. Or the black, I mean. To fix. Okay. Oh, thank you, Christy. That's so sweet. All right. What do y'all think? That's not too bad. We can maybe do a teeny tiny little white dot in his eye. Like that, as like a little highlight. And then I can just come in and fix some of this that I don't like. Around the eye. So I'm just using the natural buff to just fix any of it that's not quite right. That's not bad at all. I think that's okay. I think that's okay. So then we need to do some rosy cheeks on his face. I'm going to get out my Distress inks for that. And I think I'm going to go with more lipstick. And I think I'm going to use my finger. Is that a good idea? Yeah, Christy, that makes me nervous. That makes me nervous. All right, I'm sort of wiping some of it off on my hand. Getting his cheeks. There will be, I think what's going to help, I'm planning to do a wash when this is done, when I'm done painting. I'm going to do a wash. And so I think that's going to help because it's going to bring out some of those details around his face. The wash will. And then the lips, I'm going to fix because I don't like the lips. I'm going to just use the buff color. So the same color as his face and skin. I think it's the best. I don't know why I always want to go in with red. It never works. All right, and then I'll use the cream to fix around it. Thank you, Carol. He is coming along. I think he's going to be cute once we're done. I don't want a lot of the lips showing, because he's got this big beard, you know. But I think that looks pretty good. I'm liking that. I'm liking that a lot. This is going to be cute, I think. So, all I'm going to do is do more coats of the red and the cream on the beard, and then, of course, the brown on the stand. We'll do more coats of that. I think that I'm good with the white. I may just have to touch it up a little bit in spots, depending on how well I do with my red. So we'll do a couple of more coats of red and the brown, and then another coat of the buttermilk on his beard. Okay, and then we'll add some more details to him. But I'm going to finish him tomorrow, okay, with y'all. We'll finish him and get him complete. Thank you, Carol. I think so too. The natural buff is the right color for sure for the lips. I think that looks really good. So he's starting to look like Santa. And I think he's going to look really cute once we are done. So I put the QR code there on the bottom. Again, you can take a screenshot of that, and you can hold down on the code when you look at the photo of it on your phone in order to bring up that link. It's at thecelebrationcompany.com. These are $24.99. I will share a picture of the one that I spray painted as well, so that you can see how many options you have. Mary, he is bulkier than the Uncle Sam, but he's probably about the same height. He's 8 inches tall and about 5.5 inches wide. Okay, so he's a little bit bulkier than the Uncle Sam for sure. So that's all I have for you today. I will finish this with y'all tomorrow. I hope y'all enjoyed this, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye, everybody. Have a fabulous evening.